Hello, everyone. Kat, I think you need to let my video on. Okay. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight on tonight's Wisdom Dharma Chat. It's so great to have you all with us. And tonight we have a very special guest, Geshe YongDong Losar. And Geshe is a good friend of wisdom, and he is an important spiritual teacher from the Tibetan Bon tradition. And tonight, he's also the author of Calm Breath, Calm Mind, a book he published with Wisdom that we're very proud publishers of. And then also tonight we celebrate the launch of the Wisdom Academy course of the same name, Calm Breath, Calm Mind. So we're going to talk a little bit with Geshe about that. Welcome, Geshe. If you have your, there we go. Geshe, welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Daniel.
So tonight we're celebrating the launch of your new course with on the Wisdom Academy, which we're so proud and thankful for you joining us on the Wisdom Academy with this really important course to go along with the book. And I think it's a really important course for this modern world where there's so much busyness, so much craziness, and so we need these practices. And so I was wondering if we could start, Geshe, if you could tell a little bit why you think that these sort of old traditional teachings of yoga and breathing and meditation are still relevant to us today in this modern world.
Yeah, it's. I think we think to me, even though the old ancient tradition or old generations and then today modern generations, I think we are some ways the pace of the movement I think are different, but the bottom line we are the same kind that people who we want to be happy and nobody want to be suffering. Either we like it or don't like it, doesn't matter. Somebody we don't like it. Everybody want to be the happy same thing. So, but the foundation, I think, in the ancient way is more like what is the ultimate goal, more internal kind of that focus in the old ways. But then slowly today, I think a more external world, more stronger because so distractions or different, I don't know, different temptations outside. And so that's distracting for people. Then more and more our mind just cannot control inner and more outside. So I think more busier. So I would say all the wisdoms I think are really important today modern. Of course, modern technology is also really nice, but if we're using a proper way or wise way, can be really benefit. I wouldn't say technology is not good and all the wisdoms are good. I'm not saying, but all the wisdoms, learning internal, and then also using properly limited kind with the modern world or technology can be very effective benefit. Like for example, right now we are communicating different part of the world we are, wherever you are, but we're using this technology to, whole idea is to inner peace and happiness. And before that we couldn't connect that, but today we can connecting through this kind of technology, modern and then ancient together. Yeah. Oh, I can't hear. Daniel.
Sorry, Geshe, I was muted. Yes, you are correct. Like this, we wouldn't be able to do this without this technology, right? So you're coming from Canada, I'm in New York, and we have friends, hundreds of friends all around the world joining us. So this is quite amazing, and still it's also part of the problem is that we have so much. We can be anywhere now. We have so much we can do, right? We can be anywhere in
Exactly.
the world. We can be doing so much. And it's so do we think it's busier now than it was in old ancient Tibet? Like in the manuals, when you read the old yogi manuals, and are they complaining about how busy it is and they want to get up to the cave? Are they still got that complaints, or do you think we are a little bit more busier nowadays?
Yeah, I think very different. So
Mm.
today, I think more busier, more population, more stuff, external stuff. I call the stuff. Even when you go to shopping, there's so many things. Before, maybe in a small shop, not much, but now there's too much. And also before, maybe in your room, just doesn't have so many clothes, so many stuffs. But today, so many stuff. We just buying. I think to me, it's all that's not enough internal the mind. That's never enough until mind said, yes, I have more than enough, then it is enough. So that part, I think, so much and so many, try to accomplishing so many to having, and then I think that to accomplish that too busy kind. I think all the ways we don't have to do that. So to me, always to me, what is the difference is all the ways, even people talking slower, even people's movement is a slow movement. And right now, just these days, the people are like rush kind. So I think movement and speed is very different.
This is two very important things you talking about here is the amount of stuff we have accumulated. Like if we think about, you just mentioned like our wardrobes, right? I'm
Yeah,
sure many people in Tibet didn't have as many clothes as we, we have these days. And it seems like, part of our mind knows that we have all these things, right? It's sort of like keeping count of everything. So that seems stressful if I think about that. And then the other thing you mentioned is the speed at which we operate. We are
yeah,
running around so fast. Everyone's, got probably, their phone, they've got their computer, they've got whatever they're doing in front of them, and everything moves so fast. So Geshe, I was thinking, why don't we cut to the chase? I was thinking maybe tonight we could do some things, some exercises or some practices that might help us when we are going too fast, how to slow down. So I was thinking, Geshe, people might have worked all day or maybe just starting their day and maybe had a stressful day. If someone was to have a stressful day, they come home.
right,
What might they do when they get home just to change up their energy? Is there some sort
right.
of practice you could lead us in that would help us in these situations?
Sure, yeah. I think when to me, probably like, either come home busy or um, also when in the office, wherever people are stressed or too, they can feel like I would say overwhelming, then instead continue draw into that. Maybe just stop yourself, say stop. I'm going to do something for myself. So the first thing I think the short kind of timing practicing and maybe more affecting. I would say there's many. I think there's many method techniques, but the one I often using for myself or others to teaching others. This I think really important. Maybe I can show you. First, basically standing wherever you are, or you can sitting also. But standing here, this is how you can do. So here I'm going to show you. So first, you can also holding both hands here as respect, holding your hand at your heart. Take a 3D breathing. Breathing also make sure that the breathing goes all the way to your belly. Often we breathing shallow breath when we anxiety or stressed. We holding breath or particularly shallow upper breath, but need a little lower breath, deeper to 3-5 times. Once you have finished, and then after that, then you should do this movement. Breathing in as you're coming up, breathing out as you're coming down. One of my book mentioning this for 21 times. Keep doing this. You can fast, you can slow, whatever your own speed. Doing this movement, breathing in. You're bending your knees, breathing in, breathing out. Like that's 21, and then relax, loosen up your hand, every part of your body relax. Again, continue 5 breathing in, out. And when you're done, finish, again you do another 21. And then take a moment for 5 breath. Again, 21. Or just 121 set. Or you can 1 set, or 2 set, or 3 set. Each set, 21 times each, approximately. You can fast, you can slow, whatever comfortable. So idea is basically with this movement and the breathing and mindfulness or awareness all together, release any stress that you're holding in your body. We are holding our what happened is my understanding is we're holding the stress different place in our body. 1, our eyes, the face. 2, holding in shoulders, like people, tight, nervous. So that's why relax us now. And then 1 is holding our hand. We tight like that. When you're tight, stressed, you're holding hand. So relax. So when this movement helps your shoulder relax, your face relax, your eyes relax, face, and then relax your shoulder, and then your hand, and then the 4th place your stomach. So people often hold when they're tight or stressed, they're holding this stress in the belly, stomach. Then it's hard to digestions, hard your face, your eyes, and hard your shoulders. So different places we're holding stress. When this movement release right away, I would say relaxes really itself. When your body makes big difference. Either you're tired, drawn, or either you're too excited. Between either of that, you can be balanced and relaxes.
Well, Geshe, I could even feel it just for that small little exercise. I wonder if people tried it at home and if they could feel more relaxed after that. Let us know in the chat if you got some effect from doing that, if you experimented. So Geshe, just excellent. So this is not so hard to do.
Another thing, maybe
Yeah.
some people maybe can understand if they're sitting on the chair.
Yeah.
Then you can do like this, like a pulling down.
Yeah.
Breathing in, breathing coming down, breathing out. Then going up, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Coming down, you're grabbing, kind of like that. Doing
Yep.
this again 21 times. Again, they release your tightness, your shoulder, your eyes, your hand, all releases.
And so this is working. You mentioned how this is relaxing the places we normally hold stress,
Yeah.
tightness. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like relaxing the muscles. This is how this is working. Is there an explanation? Because I know often you were talking about the subtle body and the winds. Is there some sort of explanation via the subtle body to understand this?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. So what happened is this, our body, there's 3 dimensions. Physical body, energy called the long, then called awareness or mind. So this beyond this physical body, what you see me, beyond that there is energy. And that energy is movement. Sometimes energy can be supposed to be moving. But when we have stress in the mind, then we tight, we were holding the energy blocked some area. That's what acupuncture, Chinese tradition qi, Tibetan called the long, Chinese called the qi, Indian called the prana. They are same meaning. The energy in English is energy blocked. So when the energy blocked, that doesn't flow into our body. So when it doesn't flow, then it's easy to irritate or agitate, or even emotionally, but also physically. There is a kind of physically there is maybe like a illness, create illness because this energy doesn't flowing and blocked. So that's why if it's blocked, create a physical illness, also mental, emotionally become easy to anxiety or frustrating or unhappiness, all because energy blocked at some area, particularly those four places. So in order to moving, like releasing them, that's what your salon exercise is or yoga exercise is important to do this kind. So even, for example, just last weekend retreat we finished called the dream yoga and the sleep yoga practice. So people don't have good sleep because one thing, through the day, they are not good for management of their stress through the day. So when they are not good at management their stress, then still continue stress and then holding in the body. Then nighttime they go to bed, there is a blocked in our body, this energy blocked. So even they sleep just like up in up like that, they don't go deep sleep. Their body is not a relaxed state yet. So that through the night they don't have good sleep, or maybe even affecting their dreams as well. Lack of sleep, nightmares, or through those, all because of stress create these blockages in our body. And in order to relieve those energy, you need to consciously remove them. If you can select, first of all, yes, I'm stressed. Yes, I feel tightness in my shoulder. Yes, my stomach is tight, my hand, whichever part of your awareness. Then what you can do is moving, then movement. Now you exercise, any kind of movement, stretch, you notice release. So what happens is after release, right away you notice very blissful, really. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So now, and then state that, not just again start habit to be busy kind of. Just remain that awareness, mindfulness, whatever you feel after release become pleasure and blissful. So stay that, connecting that and using that as medicine.
So
Yeah.
nice, such a nice explanation, Geshe. People are asking some questions about the different type of breathing and stuff. We'll get into that. So one explanation is that the muscles are all tight from a stressful day, and this helps release the muscles. Then the deeper explanation is that actually we have this energy, this prana or lung or chi, and in our body, and that actually it's when we are stressed, it's stuck or something, is what you're saying. And so this practices not only loosens the muscles, but it gets those energies moving again. Is that the explanation, Geshe?
Yeah. Yes, exactly. That's what flow like almost like a pipe that whatever some area plugged now water is not flowing, running properly. So same thing in our body. There's energy movement. There's a 72,000 energies in a different part of our body need flowing, easy to moving. So when they don't moving, then that's what creates emotional and physical illness. So in order to do that, then that's what we need, exercise, movement.
And it's very true about what you said about the bliss. You feel bliss after, and to remain with this bliss was your instruction. What is the relationship between the winds, relaxation, and bliss? What's going on? So we know what happened, like the wind stopped moving when you're stressed. You have these blocks, but what is bringing about the bliss? How and how is relaxation and winds related to the bliss?
Mhm. Yeah, there's wind has a different wind or energy. We call the energy
Energy.
or wind or long chi. They are same to me.
Yeah.
So when there is wind energy has a two positive energy and negative energy. The negative energy is blocked. What do we talk about? That the negative energy blocked, created by emotion, negative emotions. And then positive long is more no blocked, flowing. When you know flowing, then energy brings more, become balance. So when it became balanced, and then that's how became starting more bliss or peace or joy kind of happening, feeling. But what now, next one, once the balance, the bliss, then you also again need awareness to connecting that state of balance, that state of flowing. So when you're connecting that, then we call the union of we call the Deston Zonjik, union of bliss and union of awareness, or we call the emptiness and bliss. Deston Zonjik.
Yeah.
So then became the awareness and bliss became unified. So that's the ultimate kind of goal to more developing in according the very general Buddhists to developing.
So this is a brilliant way to quickly change our state from stressed to blissful, which is great. What about is it similar for, say, you are feeling a little flat, a little dull, like you ate a big, when you eat a big meal and your mind's not so clear.
Right,
Is there sort of exercise, yoga that you might do to get some more clarity, to get some more energy?
right. Yeah, I think when you do you meaning is when you had a meal and really dull kind, or just generally you're dull?
Just general, not I'm just using that as example, but just say
Okay,
sometimes we are feeling anxious, too much racing thoughts. Sometimes we are
right,
stressed. Sometimes, but the other side is, oh, I just don't have any energy today. Is
right,
there, yeah, is there something we can do for that?
right. So to me, like I always do myself, we're always aware, I acknowledge awareness
Mm,
myself. Where is my emotion or feeling?
mm,
Just feel balanced kind. If I feel like a dull, meaning is or feel helpless or hopeless,
mm.
or feel down, that's depression kind of state.
Yeah.
If I in that state, awareness, first aware, yeah, I don't, if, I want to change, I want to change that state of feeling. So always I remember myself say, I have conscious choice to change that state. So
Mm,
how, number one, step one, I said, yeah, I'm state of that kind of feeling, but I don't want to feel that kind of state. So then I want to change the state. Yeah, what to do? What is the most important? Maybe I go to the swimming pool, or maybe go to bike,
mm,
or more some like a physical exercise, whatever something movement like physically I want to lift myself up and go do something physically, or
mm,
play music, or some kind of music you play and then lift it up, because the changes transforms myself. Instead, they just keep continue going down, 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 down. Just lift up myself, either movement or what is the most important for you, like an encouragement. I called encouragement for yourself. So there's always we have many encouragements. If you say, "Oh, I don't know," just don't. But you can have to ask, maybe 2 3 times asking, why you do this state. First of all, I don't know, nothing. No. What is your? There is something. What it is? Oh, just because sometimes do because somebody says something that's not nice, or I tried something but did not work, and there's a kind of depression when this kind of low energy. In that state, when in that, then you can recognize that, and then okay, no, you didn't move up, do something. It's already over. Now, what can you do? So always, I don't know. There's inspiration to me, like a biking, walking, swimming pool, or a golfing. I don't know, sport, like different things. I love sport kind. So there's always something you can do, inspiring yourself to move from that.
This is about inspiration and changing your state by getting into a different activity or place. So that's
Yes.
good advice. And I
Yeah,
guess that all has an effect on the wind. That, you hear this idea of wind horse and raising the wind horse. So I guess changing your space, doing
yeah,
something different, it must have an effect on these subtle winds as well. Geshe, what do you think?
exactly. Yes, subtle wind. That's when your inspiration, you with your awareness, and you move your body. Then that changes really that state of your mind
Mm.
to move.
Yeah, so we can use the mind to lift the energies, or the energies to lift the mind, it seems.
Yeah. But
Nice.
again, physically, you have to do something physically doing
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, this is the part of this practice work. Your books and your course is all about using the body,
Hmm.
using the breath, using the mind,
Yep.
using these three things together. That's what I think is so skillful about your book, because it moves through these levels from the very subtle. You talk about all the winds, energies, all the chakras, all the channels. And then also you have these very practical advices about going swimming, playing some music, and this is we use all the skills we have, all the tools we can have to uplift ourselves, and so this is amazing. I think your work is very practical as well, something we can use.
Think, yeah.
I had another question around whether these practices can be used for confidence, basically. So imagine that you're about to, often when you're in, like, so maybe you have to do a big talk in front of so many people, and often you feel that your body is tightening up, you can't breathe properly. People have this anxiousness, right? So are these practices applicable for um those, that seems to be a breath and wind and energy all working together? Can we use these practices to sort of bring about some type of confidence, Geshe? Is this an approach we can use?
Yeah. Yes. To also for the with I think confidence either either in front of people with the meeting or even the play sport or just being whatever you're doing, something that you're nervous, something that you're anxious. What you have to do is like in order to generating that is also helpful with like I did exercise, movement, exercising, and really helps releasing. Again, holding the stress, different part of the body, then increasing more and more stress kind, then you are unbalanced. But in order to do that, this movement exercise, I would say that's one of that I think really helps when many, many things. But the confidence I think really is also important to basically the whole this also purpose of Zalong Tili, what this book, what to me to sharing is the we have this our own body, sacred body, to recognize our own sacred body, our own sacred energy, channel chakras within that. We have all this awareness clearly. This is
Mhm.
sacred body, energy, and mind or awareness. Those all three, if we can use it properly, we can liberate ourselves, become more happiness, more peace, more healthy, more well-being. That you have it instead of looking for somebody to buying something like that. So to knowing that is to me, to knowing that is a confidence to me also to know that you have this all this ability that you don't have to compare somebody else. You have that.
Mm.
So another thing, confidence to me is through this practice exercise to recognize, realizing that yes, I am to I am to I have this all the possibilities and the potentialities and sources that I have myself, who I am. That's the more important to connecting. Once we are connecting that state, instead to depending other people's approval. So we often have not the confidence because we always depend our approval is for others' approval instead of your own approved yourself. I don't know you understand. So
Yes,
meaning,
yes.
is I know who I am. I know what I'm doing. I know this best of ability what I'm doing, and either for myself or for others. When I'm doing that, my best of ability, that's who to knowing ourselves. Once you know yourself, then it doesn't matter other person says you're wonderful or you're beautiful or you're terrible, you're ugly, doesn't matter. I know myself. Don't have to depend on the other person's compliment or approval. I feel I know myself. So when you have that foundation of within you to knowing who you are yourself through this exercise practice, then you're good. Wherever you go, whoever you be with, whatever you're doing, you are peace. You have confidence. That's what I really learned. Before I wasn't like that, but now I don't mind. Either wherever I go, whoever people, either different people, or somebody think not nice, or think good, doesn't really matter. I'm not really judging them, but I know who I am and what I'm doing.
This is a great message,
Really
Geshe.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. So confidence, when you're explaining confidence here, one of the things you're telling us is that actually confidence is this idea that you have everything you need already. I already have everything I need. I have these internal resources.
Mm-hmm.
And so everything's okay. I can be confident. I don't need anything from anywhere else. I can be confident that I have all the inner resources to deal with whatever's in front of me that I need. And but you made a connection here, and I want to try and see if we can talk a little bit more about it. Something you called the secret refuge. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, there's one thing saying I have the inner resources to face what's in front of me,
Mm-hmm.
but you're connecting it really deeply into Salong Tigli. Salong Tigli is a channel energies drops.
Yeah.
So how can I think of Salong Tigli as my inner resource and linked to confidence? Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, that's what according like general the Bon and the Buddhist philosophy is that different levels of refuge we call the outer inner secret. So secret refuge is this what I'm saying. Za long tigle. Za means channel or chakra, literally channel. Channel means basically body. Easiest way to understand is whole our body is channels. So chakras, that's what za. Long is there is the energy movement within this channel chakras. And then tigle, literally drop, but meaning is clear awareness. There is a essence within of this body and energy, that movement. So this basically awareness of or mind or consciousness. So those three is I have this for me gifted. I have this. So I using this properly, and then I can liberate through depending my own body and energy and awareness. So I was example for me it works this example. If I'm going somewhere like a journey, our life is a journey, or every day we move, we go. That's why Tibetan called the Dua. Dua means moving, going. We are going all constantly, all the time. We're going. Our mind is going, moving. The body is moving, going. Where we're going is final. Is ultimate goal is to liberate ourselves, to become enlightened, no more suffering. As long as we're moving like this, we're suffering basically, like going and then go back. Good things happening, bad things happening, all this going like that. But so when we're going, we need the three tools that we really properly that when we're traveling. So when a destination, where a destination is a happiness or bliss state. So when we're going, we need a vehicle. For today, modern world, before we call the horse. Before everybody used a horse instead of a car, but it used to be horse and rider and path. So maybe all the ways. So I'm going to use all the ways. So when you go whatever destination you're going, you need a horse and then rider and path. So path, our channel, chakra is like a path within others our body. And then the breath and the energy is the horse that carries. And the mind awareness is the rider of horse. So rider of a horse has to be connecting with the horse, which is breath or energy. Breath is energy, basically. Energy is giving us. So then through that, to connecting together, then go through this body using properly, either movement or whatever we're doing, or without moving. When you're doing that, then you are going through the road path. Now you will reach to the ultimate destination where you want to be. In this case, to use this to ultimate, whole idea is during this lifetime, we want to liberate ourselves, that no longer suffering. And after this life finish, then we don't have to rebirth again, coming back again, continue, keep going, birth that, birth that, birth that. So to basically stopping, nothing but the bliss. Believe that enlightenment, if you believe in enlightened state, then no moving, but stillness. So that's where secret refuge is. We're using this Zalong Tigle properly, consciously, every moment, every day, if you can use, then it end, final. Of course, you have to live, to eat, to do, but the main goal is that. Then maybe we don't have to run, go, lost, wandering.
So we have everything we need within us, in our subtle body, these three elements. And this is why it's a refuge, because when it's raining, umbrella is my refuge. But when it's the state of awakening, then I can say there's a secret refuge within me.
Yeah.
I have the path, I have the horse, I have the rider. I can get there. Yeah. And so then this is a type of confidence, an inner confidence based on these three secret subtle aspects of the subtle body. Very nice.
Yes, once we're connecting those two, then I think the confidence is naturally to knowing who you are. You have all the sources. Then it doesn't matter somebody says you're terrible, good, or somebody says no. You know who you are. You do your best of ability.
Geshe, we use the word secret, right? Secret refuge. And a lot of these practices were secret in Tibet,
Yeah,
quite hidden.
right.
It seems that they're so beneficial. Why were these things hidden? And slowly, they're coming out to the West now. But we didn't know, like many people learn Zen Buddhism and all these Buddhism, but they didn't know there were these secret practices. So I'm wondering, why were these secret?
So there's two secrets, basically, two ways of to understanding the what a secret meaning. One way, secret because only few people can understand, to know. Like for example, right now, if I'm sharing, how can we be secret? How do my own body and this are refuge? How do I know? Is only maybe few people to knowing that. So naturally, without knowing, is naturally hidden. It's nobody hide it, but just hard to understand. So secret. That's one way. Then another way is the secret is don't share everybody, because more you if everybody like sharing, everybody understanding or have that, then is losing the value. So more have value, more benefits. If there is a value, there may be more benefits. Less value, then less benefits. So that's why really the purpose of a secret, some teachings are kept a secret, because if we don't share, only certain people or certain moment sharing, they may be more effective benefiting. So that's why in all the ways they kept secret, that only sharing only certain people. that, then this is more valuable. Like for example, if you have very, let's say diamond, certain kind of diamond that shape only you have, now become price value become higher. But if thousands of people have the same, then value losing. That's kind of, I think, kept as a secret, because of value. If a value, then more power to benefiting. So that, I think, what is, to me, that's why even Salon Trukur, Tibetan yoga exercise, in all the ways, people are always using secret that don't sharing. Only few people they want to share. And so maybe like all the ways that, but today I think because those days sometimes in ancient way is like differences on the old way and today, the mentality is different. The mentality today is more faster learning, and I would say higher consciousness. People can more understanding. So I think to me, even for example, Indian yoga.
Yeah.
So it's like many people all over the world today using so many benefits. But the Tibetan Salon is, to me, they're both same. There are many different poses and exercises, but the Tibetan yoga always is still keeping secret, don't share. So last benefit to me what I'm seeing is last benefit. I think we depends on how you sharing, how to expressing. It depends on the teachers how to share. If you're sharing very clear and proper way, I would say today the modern, the conscious people who can understand, won't harm and hurting, but more benefits, more effective. And so anyway, so that's why I think to me, even 5,000 exercise movement I shared, even I made a YouTube video.
Yeah.
Consciously I did that because it's in time to really share, not hiding.
Yeah, this idea of not sharing something that's valuable seems a little bit counterintuitive to a bodhisattva way, right? And it seems to only make sense if it's a limited resource. So if you have a special place, a special pond you go to, or a special lookout, then you might only tell a few people, because if everyone goes there, then it will not be special anymore, right?
Right.
But it feels like, so that's a case where you might keep something secret because it's valuable but limited. But everyone has Salong Tigle, so it's not a limited resource. It feels like not limited. So why should we keep that secret then? Unless maybe there's some other ideas that keep things secret because, one, secrecy gives you power, right? So if you keep this secret, then you'll keep it powerful. If you spread it everywhere, you'll lose the power. Another reason for keeping secret is, oh, this is actually quite dangerous. So if someone does it without supervision, they might hurt themselves. So there's sort of many reasons for keeping secret, but it feels like in this case, this is a very beneficial practice and quite approachable for people. So it seems this will be a good thing if it goes wider. What do you think, Geshe? Is that your thinking?
Exactly. That to me, we Tibetan call the sangak. The line, the sangak means the sang means the secret, nga means the teaching, secret teaching. When we say secret means don't say, don't teach, but others say teach. They're almost like opposite kind.
Yeah.
Secret but teaching. Secret but talk. Secret but share. Teaching means share. So this master, Shadar Rinpoche, the Rambo master, Shadar Rinpoche is saying that the what is sound meaning is a secret. Secret, those who cannot understand, those who has not ready to listen, receiving this teaching, then those the people you secret, don't share, don't teach. Teach those who ready, those who has capacity, those you need teaching. Ngak means muko lokta la sang, lichin tomaton la ngak. Those who want to waste, those who will use, then you should teach. Those who don't understand, those who are not ready, they don't teach, don't share. So that's, I think, in the old way, because many sangha, the secret teachings are secret, because sometimes I think all the ways, all the mind those days capacity is different. If you're teaching something instead you benefit from me, are harming me. I don't like at all spiritual. It's a terrible kind of changes, like, So that's why maybe harming, hurting instead of benefits. So that's what in all the ways. Today, to me, I think there's so many choices. Our consciousness is more wise, more options. For example, my case, okay, I want to share with you. Even though I come to the West, before I come to West, there's in Tibet only Bon and the Buddhist, the two. Or maybe I don't know. Like I heard some Muslims, but those only I know. So sometimes, or if you one side, a little narrow kind, like only two traditions, so they don't open for everybody. So a little kind of narrow, even though we practice Buddhist. Then I come to the West, there's so many, like Christian and Muslims, Buddhists, the Hinduism, so many different. So when I have different options, I don't know, to me, I'm more relaxed, more open, more, more options, more choices, what I like. Even the food in the West, really, to me, is one way. There's so many options and choices that we are grateful here. But if you don't have that much, it's less choice. So all the ways, I think, not many choices. So today we have more choices. I think different capacity, different people, I think more sharing, then those who choose that who like it, then they can benefit. But if you don't sharing there, then who can go to benefit?
Absolutely. I think it's so important. And different people are attracted to different types of the teachings. Some people might find these teachings on the yoga and the breathing very enhancing to their practice. Other people, so for different people, they need different things. And I think this is valuable these teachings are so valuable for any practicing, people practicing meditation. And I think this is why I was so happy to do the course, because it's one thing to read these practices in a book, but having the videos of you going through the exercises and teaching it's such a great way to receive these practices, is seeing you on video doing it, talking it through it. I think this was really incredible. And just on that, maybe we can talk a little bit about, for example, you talked about the 5 exercises a little bit, and so this is all related. This is what's really cool about these practices. You have 5 winds, right? So I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about the 5 winds and where they are in the body, right? And so these energies, I should say energy, you call it energy, these energies, where they are on the body, and then you can understand why you might do certain practices for that energy. So if you could talk us a little bit about the 5 main energies and where they sort of reside in the body.
Yes, as I mentioned earlier, that who we are, 3 dimensions: the physical body, and then there's energy, and then beyond this physical body, and beyond this physical you're seeing, beyond the energy. Beyond the energy, there's consciousness or mind or awareness. So those 3, these dimensions, that when we born, the physically, the conception, the consciousness, the conception is the egg and the sperm within our mothers. So there's the moment that then there's the energy, there's a 5 energy that generating the physical body is growing. And those 5 energy is the root of this 72,000 energies within our body. So this 5 energy we call the Jinju, means upward moving. Minyan means wind energy. Literally means Minyan means fire-like wind energy, wind or like one energy, basically one energy goes upper, moving up. One energy moves going down. One energy is generating the heat, and then one energy is progressive along, is everywhere, everywhere moves everywhere, every direction, kind of like that. One energy is holds the heart, life force energy, called life force energy. So idea is different energy that like a different pillars. You're building house, there has 5 pillars that hold this building. Same thing, this 5 energy is supporting entire your body system. And also the root and the branches of that is all this little energies all together, energetically, this physical body going up through the life up until we die. So that's this root we call the Zavi Longa, means the root energy, like 5 pillars, and then like then they're connecting that. Or if you example for the trees that have 5 branches, and each branch has thousands or hundreds of different leaves or branches, small branches, like that to grow, but holding this energy, 在龙啊, 5 root long. So this 5 root long is like in the body, everywhere, any places that connecting, but root is places is a outward moving wind is at the throat. And then everywhere going is the crown chakra here. There's a different 5 chakras. And then the life force holding this energy is your heart. And then the generating energy is the stomach, belly. The food is like generating your food, digesting that. And then going downward energy is your secret chakras. Mainly the root of each were located, mainly kind of located, those the area. So in order to, those the energy are really important to be balanced, be like a positive kind of energy. In order to be balanced and positive energy, then in order to do that, there's a different exercise with the breathing and movement. So that I mentioned in my book is what is this movement? Like upper movement, if a block here, the root is here, then what you're doing, breathing in, but then all the way to belly, bring up to focus the navel chakra here, that's the upper moving wind. So then you're moving different directions and back and forth. When you're doing this, while you're holding breath and focus your awareness like a silent all together, then you breathe out, release. If there is negative energy that are holding or blocked or become negative alone, then release become positive energy. So then affecting your energy become strength, balanced. That supports the whole body system. Same thing, the holding body with your life force is in the heart. So then there's a different exercise. You're moving your hand, right hand, left hand, the shoulders, and body, you're focusing your heart chakra. And then that become balance, and then you become balance, affecting whole, basically, whole your body, energy, and the mind.
And this is very cool. So when you watch a Tibetan yogi doing yoga, you can see, oh, he's working on the throat chakra there with that movement. Oh, that's the upward, that's the home of the upward moving wind. He's working on releasing the upward. Oh, he's working on the heart, a lot of movement around the chest. Oh, that must be working on the heart chakra. Oh, that's the holding wind that's being used. And so this is very specific. This is not some sort of random warm-up exercises before a game of soccer or something. This is very targeted at the subtle body. You really are, when you're doing this yoga, working on the subtle, you're working on the chakras, you're working on the winds associated with those chakras. And then those winds, Geshe, they each have significance, like emotional, many significances, but emotional significance. So like each of those winds are associated with an emotion. Is that right, Geshe?
Yeah. different, like for example, anger, for example, I just want everything sharing about anger, for example, when you're angry, your heart is blocked. You become angry because energy is blocked in your heart chakra. So when your heart chakra blocked because anger, then when it blocked, creates more anger. Anger because they're like wrapped, again and again. So then now you have no compassion or kindness for others, whoever you're judging, easy to criticizing or frustrating like that. Or yourself, you don't have compassion or kindness yourself because you blocked this energy. So in order to release that energy, transforming that energy, so that's why you need this movement exercise. So you breathe in all the way to your belly, bring it up here, then you move. Then you do this, you're holding your hand like this, moving. Strong kind of when you're hitting like that, like almost holding this last tradition like this, holding, and then moving all. Really, it's the right way. You notice like a release your anger, frustration. And then you become more kindness, compassion, yourself or others. I see the other persons now, they're suffering, their struggle, instead they have nothing wrong, they are the problem, but they have the problem, maybe not that they are the problem, seeing more compassion. So anyway, all these practice emotion, each area that's blocked creates more emotions, and then how to release that is using this. And the people told me, like many people, when they practice regularly, I always mention in people at least 21 days practicing every day. When you're doing that every day, maybe once or 2 or 3 times a day for 21 days, then you notice how it changes. And then people told me after that, they be more. If they don't do it, not balanced. If they do it, the whole day is really balanced because the energy is balanced.
Yeah, and it gives you an extra tool. So, if you're feeling anger coming up, you can say, oh, that's the holding wind. Oh, that holding wind lives at the heart. I might do my exercises for opening up the heart chakra, right? Or if you have some other emotional problem, then you say, oh, where is that located? What wind is that? Where is that located? What practice should I do? And so this gives people a very skillful, embodied practice to work with their emotions. I think it's so powerful. And of course, we can only touch a little bit tonight, but of course, in your book, and this is what you're going through in the course, these 5 different and much, much more. So Geshe, we're already out of time actually for this part of the segment. So this was incredible, but we're going to have just a few minutes break, 5-minute break. And then the audience can ask questions in the chat. So if you have questions for Geshe, then please ask them in the chat. And when we come back in 5 minutes, I will read to Geshe. Thank you, Geshe. Thank you, everyone.
I have a special gift for you. It is the most precious things I have to offer, and is the only thing I carried with me out of Tibet. I'm passing it on to you now, knowing that it could help you as much as it has helped me. The breath and the mind is really who you are, to learn everything about you. Tashidele, I'm Geshe YongDong. I'm so happy today to share with you this course. First of all, this topic called the Calm Breath, Calm Mind, and part of this 10 sessions, and each session has different exercise to learning who you are. You learn with this the physical body, who you are as a physical body, and also the energy called the long, and then the psychological, the mind, consciousness called the tigle, Tibetan called the Tsa, Long, and Tigle. So these three dimensions. Your mind is like a wild horse. If you want to taming or control the horse, you need a leash. So the breath is like a leash to bring calm. Everybody has different traumas when they grow up, where they grow up. Maybe some has a really big trauma, some has a small trauma, and this trauma changes their life, even without notice. But in order to healing this trauma, there is a way to using the breath and mantra. Also, some of this movement exercise helps our digestions, or also anger or ignorance. Your own breath guide you when you really have challenges or struggles going through. Costs nothing. It's always with you, wherever you go, whatever you do. That's why this we call the Zalong Tigle is secret refuge, protecting you when you really need it, instead of looking for something outside. Breath is a horse that carries the mind a long path of inner light and healing, headed home to the palace of peace.
Okay, welcome back, everyone, and thank you for all your questions in the Q&A panel. I did say the chat, so the Q&A panel is the best place for those. But thank you for everyone for sharing how the practice went for you in the chat. So great to read that. And Geshe will be back with us shortly. Geshe. Okay, we have some questions from the audience. Are you ready? Okay, Geshe, can we hear your mic is on? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I can
Yeah,
hear.
yeah. Good. Okay. Geshe, what about the 9 breaths and Loka's purification?
Non-breathing is the benefits, first of all, basically using from right to left and left to right, using the fingers from both in out, the 3 9. First 3 practice purifies anger and past memories and the male energy. Second 3 exercise in out purifies attachment that maybe cause us lots of anxiety, suffering, and also future memories or plans that we stuck in the future to do. And then also female energy, because even though male female meaning is that even though you're a male or female, doesn't matter, you have a male and a female energy within you physically and mentally. Maybe people often don't know this. So physically, people that even we have father, mother's gene or gene. So physically, we have the both. So need purifying that kind of male female energy. So then, from both knowledge in out purifies the ignorance or confusion emotional, and then energy is yourself. And present moment, anything present moment is moment happening kind, so that's purifying. Or we call the naga disease, sickness. So ludon, podon, modon, ludon, Tibetan called the male energy, female energy, and naga energy alone. So those three purifies energetically and emotionally. Those purification purifies. Those are the rooted of all our emotions. There's 84,000 emotions within each of. The root of those 84,000 is the three: anger, attachment, and ignorance.
Thank you, Geshe. So this question is, what type of exercise would you recommend for people over 80? My mother is 85. She's in good health, but some breathing and movement exercise could help preserve her health.
Mm-hmm. I would say breathing always focus to lower breath, to breathing in through nostril. Always using breath through nostril, not breathing in through the mouth. Breathing in through the nostril, all the way to always breathing consciously to your belly, holding there. As you hold, as also rejuvenate your energy. If you feel like you're losing energy, strength mentally. That mind is very powerful to give you energy. So to visualizing or to connecting that when you're breathing is just not breath, but energy that rejuvenate your energy when you're holding it the belly. Just maybe, I don't know, a few times holding and breathing in. So I would recommend that any age, particularly older age, I think just breathing through the nostril, holding breath once in a while to your belly as rejuvenate your energy, whichever part of your health need. Or if as older, sometimes there's the nature of that, sometimes our physical pain, different part. If there wherever pain is, so breathing in and sending mentally to sending there to wherever pain is, and then connecting there, if you can visualizing or if you just connecting there, as you're breathing out, releasing that pain out through the nostril, relieved, release. Keep doing that repeatedly at least 3 times or 7 times or 21 times, then you're maybe feeling different energetically, that the trapped that energy is released then. Yeah, that's a recommend.
Excellent. Great recommendations. Thank you, Geshe. Then how can we not hold on to stress and just let it flow?
Yeah, that's I love it. That question I always even last weekend. Many people, I think they really managing properly. We don't manage stress properly. That's I think important. Always remember, use breath right away. Even I stress something, breathing in out, or movement, exercise with the breathing in, or playing music, or doing something, changing right away as soon as possible. Because the stress killing your body, immune system, physically and energetically, emotionally, it's really like a poison. So you don't want holding or stay stressed as much as you can. Of course, you have to deal challenges, but don't take too serious, too holding, and we become addicted. We become a habit to holding the stress. Even though we don't have to be stressed, but the little tiny things we become stressed because we get used to kind. So, but if you try to practicing no longer holding your stress in your body and managing as soon as possible, then you are a different person now. Your longevity, you live longer because you don't holding or damaging your physical body. So that's why breathing, or I don't know, each individual is different. So I'm always saying, what are you enjoying to do that more than what you don't like doing that something, or being somebody who you want like it, enjoy being that person than somebody who you don't like it or enjoy. Either paths or natures, So that helps you, environment helping you too, or activities helping you to be release stress or managing stress.
Wonderful. Thank you, Geshe. The next question is, in the West, many people take and are addicted to antidepressants and sleeping pills and things like this.
Mm.
Apart from breathing, are there any things we could do to help with, depression and lack of sleep and all this sort of stuff? So apart from breathing, is there things like natural medicine? Like, are there herbs? What about massage? What about things like sauna? You hear all these other modalities. Can Geshe say a few things about that?
Hmm. Yeah, I think nature is the best. You know, like yeah, just be nature, be yourself. Number one, and then the foundation is what would I say? Relax your body, relax your mind, using the breath. That breath has a lot of power to. I call the breath is life giving. Breath is a mother who gives you birth. Breath is in my poem. Each in my book has different poems. I truly see this with the breath. That's what I wrote. Maybe I can say like here. I don't know. On page. Breath is the supporter who cares for me. Breath is the protector who gives me strength. Breath is the teacher who gives me courage. Breath is the silence that brings calm and peace. Breath is the medicine that heals when I hurt. Breath is the mother who gives birth and life. Breath is the path of enlightenment and compassion. So to recognize that breath has a power to use that. So I would say that to number one, I think we're breathing all the time. We know that, but the one problem is we don't recognize how powerful breath is, how important breath is. Even though maybe subconsciously we know that breath. When your breath is done, that you're done. Your life is done. But just embrace first, recognize and embrace the breath. Just breath, focus. I don't know, there's many things, but just focus in breath. That's, yeah, using that for your daily life.
Well said, Geshe. Thank you. This next question, Geshe, thank you for the marvelous teaching. My question is this: can this skillful means, the yoga and breathing, can it be used to move into a state of Mahamudra? If so, how can this happen? Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, breath is the foundation. Even Mahamudra or all, I would say, any of Buddhist teachings and practicing higher teaching, I think foundation, if you can connecting to your breath foundation, then I think you can connecting anything. If you know how to breathing properly, then you know how to meditate. Or then you can practicing maybe Mahamudra philosophy or Dzogchen philosophy teachings. So foundation or preliminary, I would say, there's many different preliminary practicing traditional, but maybe breath is the preliminary.
Wonderful. On the breath, there's another question, Geshe. Can you explain how to meditate on the breath so that you have a nice breathing pattern?
Mm-hmm.
It's hard for me to have a good breathing rhythm. So how can I get a good breathing rhythm?
Oh, breathing rhythm. I'm I'm not sure that question. Breathing rhythm, like maybe some, you can make maybe one way. I don't know exactly your struggle, but the one rhythm, breathing rhythm is inhale, exhale. There's those two rhythm kind also one way. There's maybe different way of a breathing rhythm. One way, the inhale, exhale breathing to rhythm. Inhale, how to say, inhale faster, inhale shorter, exhale slower. Breathe in, inhale like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kind. Do you understand? Like length. So that length is important. Always remember breathing in shorter and breathing out longer. That's one way. Try to that rhythm of inhale and exhale. Inhale shorter, exhale faster. Longer. That's one way. Then inhale gentle, exhale with stronger kind of. So that's another way if you want to breathe in. Gentle touching, and then breathing out more stronger, like this, like this. See, inhale slow, gentle, exhale stronger. That's another way. Or both inhale. So that's another one way. But another way, if your breathing pattern, inhale and both inhale and exhale, one way to balance is to counting the breath. Counting breath is inhale, exhale, whatever comfortable for you. Saying 1, inhale, exhale, counting 2, inhale, exhale, counting 3. You are really completely be present with the breathing. You're aware, you know the feeling, the counting, the sound, everything. Inhale, exhale. But then take off our mind, the habit, something else we're thinking, and we don't remember we did the counting the third or fourth or fifth. So to keep going to 25 times, to really consciously, if you keep doing like that, then you may be balanced to counting that. But sometimes a discipline kind, okay, if you missed like a fifth breathing, then you start all over again. And go again, 1 in, out, 1 in, out, 2 in, out, 3, like you go up to 15, but then your mind is busy something else, you don't remember even 15th count. Then again, you say, okay, I'm going to start all over again. So slowly, that makes you discipline kind. So then I don't want to miss anymore because never ending, never finish to making to up to 25. I don't know, I understand it clear, but that's called counting breath. Also brings you more balance, a rhythm kind of breathing.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Geshe. Next question. Could Geshe kind of let us know if there's an exercise for energy that is blocked in the head, specifically the forehead, the sinuses, the forehead, and also the back of the head?
Now, say again one more.
So forehead, like forehead, and then up, then in the sinuses, and then also right at the back of the head. It
Block,
seems.
you mean block the.
Yeah, block. You might have a headache there or something. Energy is blocked in there, in these places. Yeah.
I think block your energy in the head is whole. I would say whole this area, like not just here, not just back, but whole this upper here. That you notice sometimes you feel really tight, kind of like that. So it not necessarily sinus. I think sinus here, right? Sinus in this, this
Yes.
height,
Yes.
but the energy block thing for whole head.
And then what to do, Geshe, in this case? Is there exercise for this?
Okay. Yeah, so if that energy holding, then two things exercise. One, we using this kind of like with hand clasped, using like this, and then back and forth like this, rubbing and then your hand like almost like using this is like a massage, when you massage, it's a wisdom, called a wisdom. And then with this, and then rubbing your head, rubbing all this body, rubbing. And then not just head, but rubbing, back coming down. And then back. And then your both legs, using with this whole. But your focus, breathing, is the whole head, you're focusing. Whole head, or everywhere else, but mainly you're focusing the breath in your head while you're doing this. While you're doing this, you're breathing in and holding in your head and everywhere else, mainly in the head. And then you're rubbing and all this, and then there's exercise. There's exercise in the book that you're doing this helps not just for head, but 5 limbs, 2 legs or 2 arms and head. That's one, I would say, one method.
Thank you, Geshe. Thank you so much. Great advice. So next question. The teaching sounds so helpful. One question. Can the instructions in the book or in the course lead to any negative issues at all? I heard that some Tibetan yoga can lead to problems with energy.
Again, one more, say again.
Yeah. So, Geshe, they said that they heard that sometimes Tibetan yoga can lead to problems with energy, like lung, lung problem.
Okay, yeah, okay,
So
okay.
can the book if they do the book and the course, should they worry about this or is it okay?
No book, that's why I think online course has a very clear kind of instruction. I think demonstration or also there's, YouTube and so if I think any movement, any exercise, you need some this 5 Zalong exercise movement. I don't think you need to worry, but some very intense kind of movement, then maybe you need a proper what do you call the instructor or teachers. That's who teaching you because it depends on your ability. So that I think really, really important. Same thing when you go to yoga, sometimes maybe too strong to your poses or stretches, maybe damaging or hurts. It's similar like that energy. It's I would say that. But this 5 salon is not necessarily you need to worry.
Oh, thank you, Geshe. Okay, so now there's a question about the course. How much time is needed for study and practice, and then what day does it start? So we can put what the start date in the chat. Well, it starts November 15th on the Friday. But Geshe, can you talk about how much time? Obviously, it goes for 10 weeks. How
So
much time each week?
so I think each session there's 10 hours total, and 1 hour each session. I think each week I think we people can learn watching. Go through book. So 1 hour each. So total 10 hours. 1 hour each every week. Right? I think
That's right. That's right. So it's there will be a video to watch, and Geshe will teach one thing every week, and then there's also some reading from the book as well, and some discussion and stuff like that. It's not too much time in terms of the course time, but then you can do this practice every day, so that you can do it. So you have to put a little bit of time in each day. So it's up to you, actually. I think Geshe, right? It's up to the person. Yeah.
Yeah. The person. I think a really nice thing is 1 hour. It's a good meditation or learning. You see it and practice with me. In that way, it's sometimes it's hard to reading book all the time. But watching when you watching and you want to finish all the way, it's seeing and hearing and the feel. I think videos online course I think is really nice kind.
Yeah, all our Wisdom Academy courses, they have something for you to watch, something for you to read, something for you to listen to, and then something to discuss. So we set it up like that each week. So this course is similar. But of course, with this course, there's a lot more like physical activity in terms of yoga, and you learn some yoga like we did tonight and some breathing. So it's an amazing course. And if you can check it out, check it out. And then, Geshe, we're coming to the end of our time now. I think we went through most of the questions. So then I was wanting, Geshe, for you to have the last few minutes to share with us some closing advice for the night.
Yeah. I don't know exactly what advice, but I just wish all the best for you, those who watching, those who learning, and I would say sometimes we breathing breath work. I think we think a simple, maybe too simple kind of we think, but maybe breath is the foundation. There's so many things involved. And so if you have the foundation very strong, I would say then anything can be affecting for your life journey, I would say. So that's all. And I wish all the best. And thank you all the wisdom publication that you guys beautifully organized and benefiting for anybody who watches. And I'm really, really happy to involve and part of this journey and these opportunities. And so, yeah, I wish and pray all the best for those whoever, all the living, but particularly those who are learning and who maybe benefit you, affecting and changing your life.
Thank you so much, Geshe. It's so wonderful to have you once again on the Wisdom podcast, the Wisdom Dharma Chat. So amazing to have you again. So amazing to be sharing all your teachings with all these people. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. It's so great to have you with us. I hope you enjoyed this more interactive Dharma Chat. We got to do some exercises and some yoga, so that was fun. And then I wanted to share that next week, there's a Wisdom Dharma Chat with Venerable Children. We'll be celebrating the launch of the latest book from His Holiness the Dalai Lama. It's a book on basically on Vajrayana, on Tantra, summarizing the whole entire path. And it's closing. It's the 10th volume in the Dalai Lama's Library of Wisdom and Compassion series. So it's the last volume in this incredible series. So we're going to have a celebration. Venerable Children will be there. We'll be talking about this book and the series and many other things. So you're all welcome to join us. I think we put the link in the chat and we hope to see you there. And again, Geshe, thank you so much for tonight. And we'll see you soon.
Thank you, Daniel. I have a special gift for you. It is the most precious things I have to offer, and is the only thing I carried with me out of Tibet. I'm passing it on to you now, knowing that it could help you as much as it has helped me. The breath and the mind is really who you are, to learn everything about you. Tashidele, I'm Geshe YongDong. I'm so happy today to share with you this course. First of all, this topic called the Calm Breath, Calm Mind, and part of this 10 sessions, and each session has different exercise to learning who you are. You learn with this, the physical body, who you are as a physical body, and also the energy called the long, and then the psychological, the mind, consciousness, called the tigle, Tibetan called the Tsa, Long, and Tigle. So these 3 dimensions. Your mind is like a wild horse. If you want to taming or control the horse, you need a leash. So the breath is like a leash to bring calm. Everybody has different traumas when they grow up, where they grow up. Maybe some has a really big trauma, some has a small trauma, and this trauma changes their life, even without notice. But in order to healing this trauma, there is a way to using the breath and mantra. Also, some of this movement exercise helps our digestions, or also anger or ignorance. Your own breath guide you when you really have challenges or struggles going through. Costs nothing. It's always with you, wherever you go, whatever you do. That's why this we call the Zalong Tigle is secret refuge, protecting you. when you really need it, instead of looking for something outside. Breath is a horse that carries the mind a long path of inner light and healing, headed home to the palace of peace.